Some bombshell news out of Washington, D.C. that seems to confirm something that we have long suspected on this show. Namely, that large segments of the American judiciary are out to get Trump and have a huge bias against him. You see this guy? This is federal judge James Boasberg. He is one of the greatest thorns in the side of the Trump administration, and he's been doing everything he can to stop Donald Trump's deportation flights to kick MS-13 gang members and other criminal aliens out of the country. He's even threatened to hold Trump and his officials in contempt, despite being overturned by the Supreme Court. Well, here's something absolutely fascinating that has just been revealed. Margot Cleveland, you've seen her here on your screens here before, she has uncovered an extraordinary memo that found that federal Judge Boasberg advised Chief Justice John Roberts and some 24 other judges at a conference that his D.C. colleagues were, quote, concerned that the administration would disregard rulings of federal courts leading, he said, to a constitutional crisis. Now, in a memorandum that Cleveland obtained and is published at thefederalist.com, a member of the Judicial Conference summarized this March meeting, which included a working breakfast, and according to this memo, quote, District of Columbia Chief Judge James Boasberg raised his colleagues' concerns that the administration would disregard rulings of federal courts leading to constitutional crisis. Roberts expressed hope that this would not happen and, in turn, no crisis would materialize. But as Cleveland writes, Judge Boasberg's comments reveal that he and his colleagues hold an anti-Trump bias, for the Trump administration had complied with every court order to date and since, for that matter. The D.C. District Court's judges' concern also went counter to the normal presumption courts hold that presumes public officials properly discharge their official duties. But apparently, that presumption does not apply to the current president, at least if you are litigating in Washington, D.C. Now, that's absolutely shocking. And we know that Boasberg would go on to write that decision I referenced before against the administration on deportation flights that was ultimately overturned by the Supreme Court, which, thankfully, still seems to follow the law rather than anti-Trump biases.